Hey, it's meteorologist Cory Reppenhagen here with a look at your forecast here on the day before Thanksgiving. Just an absolutely fabulous day with cool temperatures and lots of snow for most of us in the area. Denver metro area got with just enough snow to add a little bit of a flavor to our holiday going into Thanksgiving here. We had roughly 1 to 6 inches here across the Denver metro area. But big snow totals up in the mountains with this storm, and it is still going for the most part in the high country. Let's take a look up there at the Eisenhower and Johnson tunnels right now. You can see they're getting another wave of fairly heavy snow showers, although the roads are mostly just slushy at the moment and moving relatively smoothly, although it looks like they may have just shut down the Eisenhower Johnson tunnel to do the hazmat thing where they because Loveland Pass is closed, they have to shut down, they have to bring the hazmat vehicles through the tunnel. They can't be in there with other vehicles, so they shut that down, let them go through, and then open them back up. Usually it takes about 10 minutes to get that done there. So they'll have to do that continuously as long as Loveland Pass is closed. And with the avalanche danger in the Seven Sisters right there next to Loveland Ski Area, that will probably stay closed for a while there. And as far as the totals go, look at the ski report here. Some of the ski resorts are already closing in on 3 feet of snow, with especially in the Aspen area. These were this morning's reports, so they may have added at least a couple more inches to get up to that 36-inch mark there. But a lot of towns, we had 13 open ski resorts report more than 2 feet of snow out of this storm. So huge big totals up there in the mountains. The mountain towns did pretty well also. We've got Mount Crested Butte already up over 2 feet of snow, and of course these numbers are still ongoing as we go into this afternoon with maybe a few more inches on top of this. But Gunnison, Breckenridge closing in on that 2-foot mark as well. So lots of snow up there in the mountain towns. And when you look at the live radar here at the 1 o'clock hour, you can see the snow showers starting to dissipate here on radar. Of course, we can't see most of the mountains because the radar gets blocked by the Front Range Mountains. So it is still lightly snowing, but that does show you that the higher level snow clouds are not there. So it's mostly just orographic type snow here as we go through the day for the rest of the high country. And then also starting to diminish in snow showers here on the Front Range and eastern Colorado as well, clearing from the north to the south. And when I say clearing, I mean clearing the snow showers out. The skies are not going to clear out until late tonight, but we will mix in some sunshine through the area as we zoom in on the Front Range to see that still there of the snow really starting to dissipate. Just very light stuff, mostly flurries left. As you look at the Horsetooth Mountain live shot out over Fort Collins right now, you can see a couple of blue patches, some dark clouds mixed in there. Those will perhaps deliver a flurry or two as we go through the next hour or two, but for the most part we're done with the snow. Fort Collins ended up with about 1 or 2 inches of snow here down in the town, but Denver, we had 1 to 6 in our area, and 3.3 inches was reported at the official weather station at Denver International Airport, which gets our November snow total up to 23.3 inches for the year, so for the month, and that makes November of 2024 the 4th snowiest November in Denver history, and that goes back some 150 years. So it's odd because it doesn't feel like it was a snowy month because we only had 2 storms, this one and one early on, but the storm in the beginning of the month hit DIA with 20 inches of snow. So between those 2 storms, we end up with the 4th snowiest November in history, and we have no more snow coming, so that will be the end. Here's your forecast as we go through the day here. Could see a flurry or 2 here over the next couple of hours, but we're pretty much done with the accumulating snow, and we may mix in a brief bout of sunshine here and there as well, especially right before the sun goes down, and then we'll start to clear skies out, and by 8 or 9 o'clock tonight we'll probably have clear skies overhead. And that could be troubling because that will increase the chances of us getting some very cold temperatures overnight. So in your weather impact headlines, we are tracking a Thanksgiving chill. Icy roads will be possible on the Front Range on Thursday morning. Any of those roads that do not completely dry out tonight could refreeze in the morning, because we're looking at temperatures in the teens, and that cold air will stay in place for your holiday weekend. Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all looking sunny but cold, especially in the mornings with those temperatures in the teens. But we are tracking a warm up ahead, likely starting to get rid of this Arctic cold air sometime on Monday afternoon. And so that will free us up to get us probably 5 or maybe even 6 days in a row with temperatures in the 50s here in the Denver metro area. So when you look at your future cast here to see what's left here of this snowstorm, as we go through the next couple of hours, we'll see those snow showers diminish along the I-25 corridor from north to south, also the eastern plains. The snow flurries could be heavier at times in the mountains from now until about 5 o'clock, but after 5 o'clock tonight, the entire state will generally be free of precipitation. Not completely clear, but we will clear out after 8 p.m., and that will leave us with a very cold Thursday morning as you wake up on Turkey Day. And we also have some impacts out there with that 1 to 3 feet of snow that did fall in the high country. It unfortunately fell on a very weak layer of snow. And what I mean by a weak layer, it's kind of a sugary, sandy layer of snow that developed over the course of the last 20 days, because we got hit by some big snow in the beginning of November, then a long dry spell. That is the reason why we have that weak layer. And now we have lots of snow sitting on top of that weak layer. Any slope above steeper than 30 degrees is going to slide. The Colorado Avalanche Information Center is expecting to see hundreds of avalanches over the next 48 hours. So skiing inbounds for the next couple of days would probably be a good idea, despite the temptation to get out there in this big powder with lots of sunshine coming over the next couple of days. Your forecast lows for Thursday morning are going to be cold. We have an Arctic cold front, so the snow storm is over, but now the Arctic cold front will start to press in, and that is going to get our temperatures down there cold for several days. Here's the forecast. We have negative temperatures in lots of the high country, and here on the Front Range we're looking at possibly the middle teens, but at least the upper teens for your day to start your Thanksgiving. And that's going to mean the potential for some slick roads, if there's any that have any moisture on them left over when they go into tonight. So let's track that cold air. You can see over the course of today, we'll introduce some of that purple color up there. That's the extremely cold air coming from the north. This is just the beginning of an Arctic cold front that will bring air coming from all the way up from the polar vortex over the very coldest part of the North Pole. And you can see that in the gray colors. That's going to generally be hitting the Great Lakes region and the northeast part of the country on Black Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Denver and much of Colorado will just be riding the very edge of this cold air, but as it continuously presses down over the next 3 or 4 days, we will stay much colder than average and very cold in the mornings with those temperatures in the teens. And then by about Monday, we'll start to introduce these blue colors, which would be the indication of just some normal cold. And that's what we'll be looking at for Monday before we warm things up. So your forecast high temperatures for Thursday. One of the colder Thanksgivings we've had in a while here, with temperatures probably not going to make it to 40 degrees tomorrow on the Front Range, although it will be close, but characterize the day as a cold day in the 30s for most of us, and the high country will warm up into the 30s too, possibly breaking the freezing mark in some areas. So look at your 7-day forecast here. Thanksgiving morning, that day looks very sunny, clear and sunny, but cold, like I said. And look at the low temperatures for Friday morning, 17, Saturday morning, 19, Sunday morning, 18. So we have some really cold mornings ahead. Just a few degrees colder than average, all of these temperatures, until we get to Monday. That's when that Arctic cold front will start to move out of the country, and that will leave us with the opportunity to develop some high pressure and get some warmer temperatures in. You can see the 50s forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. That should stay that trend there with 50s all the way into the next weekend, where we may see some upper 50s, if not a 60-degree day coming up on the weekend after this. So thank you for tuning into this forecast, and have an excellent Thanksgiving.